If you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, you know this is one of my all-time favorite topics to go on. This is where we put two cities head to head, break down which one is the true winner, where you should consider moving to in the future. So today we are here to compare the battle between the cities, between Temecula and Menifee. Who's the winner? We're gonna talk prices, amenities, all of those things, break it all down for you. Stay tuned, I can't wait to break it down. Hey guys, I'm Andrew Lewis, and this channel is dedicated to all things Temecula Valley, from new home tours to neighborhood spotlights to all things coming to the Temecula Valley. We're here to break it down for you to see exactly what it's like living in the Temecula Valley. Let's dive in. So here we are to break it down between Temecula and Menifee, find out who the ultimate winner is. We'll break it down by category, and first off, we are going to start with affordability. How much does it cost to live in Temecula? How much does it cost to live in Menifee? Who is the winner? Especially if you're budget conscious, this is an important thing to pay attention to. So the average sales price for Temecula is $790,000. Does that mean all homes are $790,000? No, there are cheaper and there are more expensive. However, the average price point for a home right now is $790,000. When it comes to Menifee, the average sales price right now is $541,000. That's almost a $150,000 difference in price. So obviously it is much, much more affordable to live in Menifee. And why is that? That is simply because Temecula is known for its wine country. It is the spot that when somebody is coming to our area, they are usually looking for Temecula. It's got great school districts, it's wine country, it's close to San Diego County, good for commuters. So people are looking for that area, and then typically they discover other areas like Menifee when they speak with a real estate agent about where they're looking and start talking about budget options and what's important to them. So that keeps the price in Temecula up. Menifee is a newer, growing area, and it is expanding very quickly. And in fact, it is the #7 boomtown in the entire country. So if you're looking for a place that has great bang for your buck as far as price per square foot, what you are going to buy right now, Menifee is absolutely that place. And if I was going to put money on it, being that it is the #7 boomtown in the country, that value is going to go up pretty significantly. Now, I do feel honestly that Temecula will always outpace Menifee in prices, and so Temecula will always be more expensive, but I do expect to see that gap close up over the next 10 to 15 years. So if you're looking for a great buy, a place that's going to appreciate pretty quickly, Menifee takes the win for affordability. And just a quick note before we move on here, I do always say this when it comes to prices. That's the prices as of the recording of this video. They change all the time. So depending on when you are looking at this, if you are looking for current up-to-date information on pricing for either of these cities or anything in the Temecula Valley, give me a call, write a comment below. We will respond to it. We monitor those all the time. And so I will get you the most up-to-date and accurate information. Now let's talk about things to do. What is there to do in Temecula? What is there to do in Menifee? So when it comes to Temecula, we've talked about it before on other videos. Temecula is packed full of things to do, and it is great for people that love to get out and do things. We have over 50 wineries. If you love to get out and do some wine tasting, see some hot air balloons, ride horses through the wineries, you name it, they've got it in Temecula. And so if that is your lifestyle, Temecula is absolutely the spot for that. Outside of that, we've got the largest casino in California. So if you like to roll the dice and do a little bit of gambling, that is a great spot for entertainment. There is Old Town Temecula with some amazing restaurants, an old Western feel, lots of places to have drinks and some great food and some cool shops along the way. And if you love golf, Temecula has tons of it to offer. There are many courses here. They are absolutely beautiful, well kept, and there are several others in the surrounding areas as well. Not to mention, Temecula has a full mall with everything you could possibly need, as well as some great restaurants in that area. So, what is there to do in Menifee? If I'm being honest and giving a true score right now, there's not a ton to do right now in Menifee because It's a newer area being freshly developed. It came from a ton of ranch and farmland previously, so there are many lots taking up multiple acres of the property in Menifee, along with some new construction areas, but they're just starting to build it up. Now, the city center inside of Menifee is continuing to grow with shops and restaurants and all sorts of things to do for that side of things, but it's really just gonna be limited to shops and restaurants and things that they are building there. You don't have the wine country. You're not gonna have an old town area to visit right now that has anything special there. So it's gonna be some of a newer shop feel to things and somewhere to go out to eat. Outside of that, there's honestly just not a ton right now, but I do expect that to continue to grow. We said it's the #7 boomtown in the US. What does that mean? A ton of incoming tax dollars and a ton of opportunity for businesses to come in, provide entertainment and things to do. So I expect that to grow, but for right now, I do have to give the win here to Temecula as far as things to do. Next up, let's talk schools. So if you got kids that are going to be attending public school here in the area, this is an important one for you to tune into. So Temecula is known for its school district. So Temecula right now has 17 schools with a 7 or better on the greatschools.org rating system. So if you're looking for specific information about schools, check out greatschools.org. It's a great system. We'll explain all of the breakdown of that scoring to you. But there's 17 schools right now above 7 in Temecula. When it comes to Menifee, there are 5 schools with a 7 or better rating. Now, to be fair, Temecula has significantly more schools, so that number is going to be higher naturally. But the test scores, everything when it comes to Temecula wins out here in the school rating zone. So 7 or better on the rating scale, Temecula takes the win over the 5 schools in Menifee that have a 7 or better. However, again, you're gonna hear me say this a lot, with it being a boomtown that is growing a ton, the more tax revenue that comes into that town, the better the school systems will be. So Temecula has had great influence on Murrieta, which is its neighboring city, and that's going to push up into Menifee, which is Murrieta's neighboring city. So I do expect that Menifee schools will continue to get better, especially as people move and start to demand it. More tax dollars come in. I fully expect the Menifee school system to continue to improve. However, Temecula now takes the win. Now let's talk about safety. I know this is important to you guys. We've heard feedback in the past, and so we love to share it here when it comes to these comparison videos. Where is the safest place for my family to live? And now you can look all these stats up, but we're gonna compare them here. Temecula versus Menifee, who wins on the safety category? Temecula is actually 17% safer than other cities in the country. On the other hand, Menifee is safer than 24% of cities in the country. And that actually means that Menifee is technically, by the crime statistics, safer than Temecula is right now. So why is that? Well, if we're breaking it down, Temecula is actually policed by the Riverside Sheriff Department. I'm not knocking on that. I'm a huge supporter of the Riverside Sheriff Department. However, they don't have their own dedicated police force for the city of Temecula, which is actually surprising, but it is something that's being called for and may change in the future. However, Menifee has their own police department, and they actually implemented that just in 2020, so it is still fairly recent, but that has caused a much safer city as they've been able to enforce much more and continue to keep the area safe. And to be honest, the Menifee police cars look really cool. So Menifee here takes the cake for the safest city between the two. Now, if you're looking for updated stats, again, those change all the time, and maybe Temecula gets its own police force by the time that you've watched this video. So for updated information, give me a call, leave a comment below, send us a direct message. I promise we'll get back to you immediately with the updated numbers. Last but not least, let's talk traffic. If you are new to Southern California, guess what? There's gonna be traffic wherever you go. If you're coming from somewhere else in the country, it's probably worse than where you're coming from, probably apart from New York City or Chicago. Outside of that, expect traffic. So we love to break that down and give you exactly what to expect. Now, when it comes to traffic, Menifee and Temecula are both known as commuter towns. That is changing as new businesses continue to come into the area, and there's some new companies that are coming to Temecula that are gonna continue to allow people to work here locally, but because they're commuter towns, people commute down to San Diego, they commute to Orange County, they commute to LA, and that causes traffic. So When it comes to Temecula, you've got the 15 freeway is the main freeway that runs through there, and that is one of the main roadways that people will use to commute. And if you are going to San Diego, you gotta hop on the 15. If you're going to Orange County or to LA, you gotta hop on the 15. Everybody has to hit that freeway if they're not working in Temecula, Murrieta, or Menifee area. So you can expect a ton of traffic there. Temecula Parkway is pretty notorious as well for being backed up almost all times, getting access to the casino and access to the wineries. So you can expect a ton of traffic there. Now, when it comes to Menifee, you have the 215 freeway. It is actually a little bit less busy of a freeway, smaller in size. However, if you're in Menifee, it's your only way to get to the 15, so you can commute to San Diego. It's your only way to get to the 15, so you can commute to LA and Orange County. So it too comes with a ton of traffic. And I will say, when it comes to Menifee, because it's newer, the infrastructure is not there as much. There's not as many side streets. So most of the time, you've got just a few of the main exit roads that you're going to be using. Scott Road, Newport Road, McCall. Each one of those gets heavily congested with traffic, especially Newport. It is a huge street, runs right through the city center. That's where all the entertainment is, but it's almost always congested with traffic. So if I'm going to put that up here as who is the winner, I'm gonna call this one a draw. You can expect a little bit longer commute times when you live in either of the two cities. Even if you're just going local from city to city or within the city, it's gonna take you a little bit longer than you're probably used to if you're coming from outside the area. All right, so who is the official winner here? This one actually is a bit surprising because I might lean one way versus the other, but by the numbers and by the categories we picked out, this actually works out to be a draw. Temecula does have the better schools, the better entertainment, and it is a draw in the traffic category, and Menifee wins for safer city and affordability and a draw in the traffic category. So honestly, based off of those categories, it's a draw, and it really matters which is most important to you. What are you looking for? Do you want bang for your buck? Do you want prestigious city next to wine country? Do you want a growing city that is developing and potentially a great investment opportunity? Or do you want something that's fully developed, ready to go right now? Whatever is most important to you, that's what you're going to have to decide. But honestly, by the numbers, it's a draw. So thank you so much for tuning in to our video today. We always appreciate it. If you enjoyed today's content, be sure to hit that like button. Leave a comment below if you have any questions about moving to the Temecula Valley, about Menifee, California, Temecula, California, the school systems, anything like that. Drop a comment below, give us a call. We will respond immediately to you. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos. This channel is dedicated to all things Temecula Valley, making sure that you know exactly what's going on, what's coming to the area, and whether this is the right place for you. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.